you don't have to do a Boris Johnson accent, you just sort of explodes it like that. Anyway, he's got this plan where what he's going to do is round up all the homeless people in London, right, and put them, this is how he's going to solve the homeless problem, he's going to put them in a stadium. Now, those of you with knowledge of South American history will know that's not really a good idea, and those of you without will be going, what the fuck are you talking about? Should I just move on? Okay, but what he's going to do is once he's got them in, he's going to teach them. They'll all learn excerpts from Mary Poppins and My Fair Lady, and then he's going to release them back into the streets. So when people come to London for Christmas and they see a drunk homeless person, their experience will be something like this: with fucking nice, give it 50 pence a cup of coffee, got 50 pence cold. All I want is 50 pence. All I want is a room somewhere far away from the cold. No, you see, they're not homeless, they're atmosphere. Okay, that's how we do it. So Christmas. But when I was a kid, you're all very young. Most of you won't know this. But when I was a kid, we only had 2 TV channels, the black and white TV. There wasn't telly on at all. And Christmas morning, what they had was, it would be a children's hospital, right? And there'd be someone like Leslie Crowther going around talking to all the children. A lot of you are saying, Marshall, we don't know who the fuck Leslie Crowther is. Why are you making that reference? And it's because there are no other children's presenters from the 60s or 70s that I could possibly put in this bit. It would make it sound like I was going somewhere else completely. So I'd be sitting there with my mum and listening, what's wrong with you, little Samantha? Well, actually, I've got cancer. And what's going on? I'm going to die. Are you watching this Christmas morning? And then he goes, this is Jonathan. Jonathan, what's wrong with you? I've got leukemia. This is Christmas morning, I'm 7, 8. I sat there with my mother, watching this. And I turned to my mum and I said, Mum, I've got cancer. Am I going to die? And she looked down at me in the way any mums can, and she said, oh, you're not ill, you've not got cancer, you're not going to die. And that's your present. So anyway, let's wind up with a piece of Christmas bollocks. You will all know this from your childhood, ladies and gentlemen. I just slightly updated it. Sorry, I know I kept you in suspense. It wasn't worth it. So, 'twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house, not a creature was stirring. Nothing. Fuck all. The stockings weren't hung as is usually the norm, but worn by the children to keep their feet warm. The house was no longer all centrally heated, and up to the atom we all had retreated. I lay in my overcoat a shivering mass. I stared at the rafters and cursed British gas. Then out in the garden I heard such a clatter, I left from my bed to see what was the matter. I pushed my nose to the window in fear, for I thought that the bailiffs were finally here. On seeing the reindeer, it must be St. Nick. On seeing the driver, I changed my mind quick, for he was besuited in pinstripe, I swear. And he shouted and hollered and called them there. Now Morgan, now Stanley, now HBSC, on Kleinwort, on Benson, on Lloyd's TSB, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Cash away, cash away, cash away all. And then in an instant I heard on the roof the pouring powder of each little roof. And turning around just as quick as I might, down the chimney came something that wasn't quite right. The suit said Armani, the tan Saint-Tropez, and clearly he had a timeshare in LA. 'Twas then that I realised he must be a banker. I recognise you, you mercenary chap. His eyes gave a twinkle. He said, you're quite right, and I have a mission this Christmassy night. I know that it's difficult now that you're poor, but we've spent all your money. I've come back for more. I'm taking your credit card, taking your house. I need to take everything, even a mouse. But my equity's negative, credit card maxed. You already have it all. These are the facts. Now don't you worry, he said. things aren't that bad. We'll lend you the money to buy it all back. And then when you've got it, we take it away. This is how banking works every day. I knew that he'd got me. I knew that he'd won. I'd mortgaged my mother, my father, my son. You can try and escape. I'm just doing this. You can try and escape, but without being rude. With bankers in charge, we're pretty much screwed. Happy Christmas, ladies and gentlemen.